Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel LifeLiyo. In this video, we are going to learn about while loop in Python. First of all, what is a while loop or iteration statement mean? Iteration statements or loop statements, they allow us to execute a block of statements as long as the condition is true. This means if we want to execute some set of statements n number of times, that is multiple times, until the condition is true, we use a concept called iteration statements or loop statements. So loop statements are used when we need to run same code again and again, each time with a different value. Types of iteration or loop statements in Python. In Python, we have three types of loop statements. What are they? The first one is while loop, second one is for loop, and third one is a nested loop. In this video, we are going to discuss about while loop. What is while loop? How it works? While loop in Python is used to execute the same block of statements as long the condition is true. So whenever the condition becomes false, then the control will come out of the loop. That is while loop. So here the condition is checked every time at the beginning of the loop. That's why they are also known as the entry controlled loop. We generally use this loop when we don't know the number of times to iterate beforehand. That means if you don't know how many times a loop should be iterated, then we can use this while loop. What is the syntax? So to use while loops in Python, we have to follow a syntax. That syntax is, first we have to check the condition in our while loop. That's why while of condition. So this is the condition. First the condition will be verified. If the condition is true, then whatever the statements we mentioned in the loop will be executed. Let's see the flowchart for this while loop. First, we have seen the definition of while as first the condition will be tested. So first the condition will be tested. If the condition is true, then true block statements will be executed. Then after the true block statements has been executed, what it is going to do? Again it is going to check whether the condition is true or false. Again after that, if the condition is true, true block statements will be executed again. Again it will goes back to the condition. Like that, the condition will be verified after every time of the true block statements execution. Whenever the condition becomes false, so then it exits the loop and the remaining statements in the program will be executed. Let us look into an example. So I have opened the Python shell and then go to the file, new file. So a new file has been opened. Here I am going to write a program to print 1 to n numbers. Write a program to print 1 to n numbers. So to take the n, we have to read from the standard input. N equal to input of enter n value. So when you enter the n value with the help of input function directly, first it is going to consider it as the string. For that purpose, what we have to do? We have to typecast into the integer. For that, int of input of enter n value. So we got the n value. Now I am taking an I value started with the 1. That means where we want to start from 1 to n. That's why I have taken a supporting variable I. Now while I less than equal to n, what I am doing to this, going to print the I value. That is, whenever I enter the n as 5, so I value will be 1. Here it checks that 1 less than or equal to 5. It is true. So it prints the I value. What is I value at the initializing? 1. So 1 will be printed. Then I am going to do that I equal to I plus 1. So 1 plus 1. So I value becomes 2. Again it comes to the loop. So it checks the condition, that is I value is 2 now. 2 less than or equal to 5. Yes, it is true. So it prints the 2. Again I equal to I plus 1, that is what is the I value? 2. 2 plus 1. It becomes 3. Again condition checking. So 3 less than or equal to 5. Yes, it prints the 3. Then 3 plus 1 equal to 4. Again it goes back to the condition. So 4 less than or equal to 5. It is also true. So it prints the 4 value. Now 4 plus 1 equal to 5. So again it checks that 5 less than or equal to 5. Yes, it is equal to 5. So it prints the 5. Then again 5 plus 1 equal to 6. Again checks the condition. So 6 less than or equal to 5. So is the condition true? No. Condition is false. So after printing all this stuff, it exits the loop. Now did we write anything here? No. That means it is going to execute or print up to the 1 to n. What is the n value you have taken? 5. Up to 1 to 5 has been printed. So after that I am going to save it as the sum 04, and then I am going to run module. Look at here, enter n value. I enter as the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. So this is about a while loop for printing 1 to n numbers. Now if you want to print the n to 1 numbers, that is reverse of the numbers, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. How can we do that? So let us take another one. Write a program to print n to 1 numbers. So first we have to take the n equal to input of enter n value. Then we have to typecast to the integer. So int n. So we got the n value. Now instead of taking I will write directly here while n greater than or equal to 1. What I am going to do is I am going to print the n value. Then after that I am going to decrement the n value. Now if you do this one, if we consider the n value as 6. So first 6 greater than or equal to 1. Yes, it is true. So it is going to print the 6. Then after that it is going to decrement the 6 value by 1. 6 minus 1 equal to 5. So whenever the n value becomes 5, again it goes for the check of condition. So 5 greater than or equal to 1. Yes, it is also true. So it prints 5. After that 5 minus 1. Then 4. Like this, 4 greater than or equal to 1. Then 4 is printed. Then 4 minus 1 equal to 3. Again 3 will be verified. 3 greater than or equal to 1. Then 3 will be printed. Then again 3 minus 1 equal to 2. Again 2 will be verified. 2 greater than or equal to 1. Yes, it is also true. 2. Then 2 minus 1 equal to 1. Yes, again it will be verified. 1 greater than or equal to 1. Yes, here 1 is not greater than, but it is equal to 1. That's why it will give the true. So 1 will be printed. Then 1 minus 1 equal to 0. Now 0 greater than or equal to 1. So 0 is not greater than, not equal to. So it gives false. So after that the loop will be exited by printing all these statements. Save. Run the program. So it is asking me to enter the n value 6. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, so write a program to find the sum of 1 to n numbers. Write a program for finding sum of n numbers. So what does it mean? If I give the n equal to 5, then it have to perform 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That is equal to 15. Now for this one we have to read an n value, n equal to int of input of enter n value. So to perform the addition operation, I am taking a variable called sum equal to 0. That is, initially I am taking the sum value as the 0. So while n greater than or equal to 1, I will do that sum equal to sum plus n. Then I am going to do that n equal to n minus 1. So after performing all the operations, what I am going to do is I am going to print that sum of n numbers. So the value is available in this sum. So for example, if I take the n value as 3, so sum will be 0. First the condition is 3 greater than or equal to 1. Is it true or false? True. So what it is going to do? It is going to add the sum plus n and it is going to be assigned to the sum. What is the initial sum value? 0. So in the first iteration 0 plus what is n value? 3. So 0 plus 3 is assigned to the sum, that is sum value will become the 3. Then n value becomes n minus 1, that is 3 minus 1 equal to 2. Again condition will be verified, 2 greater than or equal to 1. Yes, it is also true. Now what is the sum equal to sum plus n? What is the previous sum value? 3. 3 plus the n value is 2. 2 that equal to 5. And again n value decrement, 2 minus 1 equal to 1. Again it goes back to the condition checking, 1 greater than or equal to 1. Yes, it is also true. Now it comes here, sum equal to sum plus n. That means what is the previous sum value? 5 plus present n value is 1 equal to 6. Then again 1 minus 1 equal to 0. Again checks the condition, 0 greater than or equal to 1. Absolutely it is false. So it exits the loop. Now after the exiting the loop, what we have? A print statement, and the first one is a message, that is a simple display message separated by comma, and next one is the variable. So what is the sum of n numbers is printed, and then sum variable. What is the last value stored in the sum? 6. So 6 will be printed. That means n equal to 3, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is none other than 6. Let us run this program also. Sum of n numbers 6. So this is a program for finding sum of n numbers. Next, in Python there is a concept of else can be used with the while loop. That means after the while condition, after the condition becomes false, we are simply exiting the loop without doing anything. But in Python we have a facility called, we can use the else block also. So out of the entire program, the else block will be executed only once. That means whenever the condition becomes false, then only the else block will be executed. But is it compulsory to use this else block in the while? No, it is purely optional. So what is the syntax? Same, while the condition will be verified. If the condition is true, true statements will be executed. Whenever the condition becomes false, then else block statements will be executed. Look into the flowchart for while loop with else. As usual, first condition will be verified. If the condition is true, true block statements will be verified. Again checks for the condition. If the condition is true, true block statements will be executed. Like this, the loop will be iterated. If whenever the condition becomes false, then it will execute the else block statements. After executing the else block statements, then it is going to execute the remaining statements in the program. Let us look into the example. So I am doing this one. I am taking the finding sum of n numbers. Again I am doing the same. Now I will write that after while print while exited at n. That means I'm simply displaying a message that while exited at, what is the n value last occurred. At that means it tells that while loop has been terminated at the n value when the n value becomes some x value. So I'll save this one. Already available. 7. Run the program. So it is asking me to enter the n value. So I will give the n value as the 20. So while loop exited at the 0. That means whenever the n value becomes 0, the while loop becomes the false. That is why condition in the while loop becomes false. So the condition fails means it executes the statements in the else block. So that is while exited at 0, the sum of 1 to 20 is none other than 210. So this else block is an optional, but we can use to represent when we have exited or what to be done if the condition is false. So this is while loop with else. It is as same as the while, but instead of coming out of the loop when the condition is false, it will simply execute the else block and then it exits the loop. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel LifeLiyo. Thank you.